Let us now meet Steve Denny, who will take you through the first stages of learning to shoot.
Good shooting relies on getting the basics right. A good foot position. Right, we're here at the stand. See the short tower in front of you?
Yep.
We'll shoot some birds from that.
Okay.
Here, let me take the gun. Okay. Now remember, when you're out in the field, it's not just about the shooting. You'll be absolutely surrounded by beaters, pickers up, all sorts of people. The beaters will be coming from the front. You'll probably have stops in the ditches on either side of you.
Okay.
You'll have pickers up behind, and you can have your neighbouring guns 45 yards either side.
Okay.
Safety is of the utmost importance, okay? Only take a shot actually up there in the sky. Never take a shot down here in the trees. Pellet could ricochet and hit a beater. Never shoot into the bushes at the side. There may well be a stop lurking in the bottom of a ditch. And when you turn round, don't take a long shot behind, because there'll be pickers up back there also, okay?
Okay.
Now the shooting, if you shoot from a classic 5-past-3 stance, you won't need to move your feet very far to shoot the birds going to the right and to the left. All you'll need to do is push your weight onto your front foot and pivot from your hips, and you should be able to shoot almost 90 degrees in either direction. Okay? Now, before you do anything, always check to make sure there's nothing in the gun. That's the first thing, before you even think about loading up.
Okay.
You would put a cartridge in, you'd load the gun downwards. If there was a long wait before the shooting started, you put the gun over your arm. As soon as you know you're going to get a shot, get the gun into the ready position. Now the perfect place is with the stock there running parallel with your forearm. Then if you nip the gun against your side there, you'll find it will support the weight, and you can stand like that for quite a long time.
Okay.
When the birds start to fly, pick the bird up with the muzzle first. If it's a long way away, you can actually follow it with the muzzle before you actually start to mount it. When the bird comes into about 20 or 30 yards, push with your left hand, muzzle goes in behind, up its smoke trail, overtake it, and pull the trigger, remembering to follow through.
Right.
If necessary, you then fire the second barrel. Okay? Take the gun out of your shoulder, eject your cartridge, again, reload safely, and the gun back up in the air again. That's basically the drill. If the birds are coming to the sides, if it goes to the right-hand side, if it's a fairly wide-ish angle, you may need to step with your left foot across a touch, and you would take the shot there, remembering to keep the drop of your barrels parallel to the bird's flight line. And if the bird goes over the left shoulder, you probably won't need to step in that direction very far. It's the natural swing for a right-hander, and if you step round too far, it'll encourage you to take the shot behind. It's the opposite turn of the barrels, and the gun tips slightly the other way. Again, just allowing you to swing the gun parallel to the bird's flight line. In fact, the drop of the barrels will be at right angles to the bird's line.
Okay.
Okay? Let you have a shot and see how it goes. Let's take it back. Check your barrels, Charles. Are they clear?
Yep.
Remember, when you're in the field, you'll have ample opportunity to stick the barrels in the mud. Okay, so check them often.
Okay.
At least before you start shooting on every drive, and more often than that if you can. Okay? If you slip your earmuffs on, we'll try a few shots. Let's hold that. Okay, the gun is on safe. Okay, remember the object of loading the gun downwards is that you don't shoot a beater over there or a dog that's sitting in front of you. So load it down into the air. Okay, that's nice. Just so the stock runs parallel with your forearm, and just lean forward slightly more. Pick the bird up with the muzzle. Okay, when you first see the bird, push the safety catch forward.
Right.
Okay, so look over the end of the gun for the bird. Start to follow it with the muzzle. Tuck the muzzle in behind. Swing and follow through as you pull the trigger. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go then. Pull. Good shot. Now remember, this is a non-automatic safety catch. You'll have to put it on every time, okay? Again, load it downwards. Don't point it at the beaters. Into the air. Pull. You're just riding the target a little bit. Remember, it's not a clay, it's a pheasant which will be speeding up. As soon as your cheek comes onto the stock or a fraction afterwards, take the shot. You're still rather treating it as a clay and not as a pheasant, okay? Remember to put it on the safe. Down, that's it. Finger on the edge of the trigger guard. Safety, that's it. Thumb on the safe. Push the safe forward as you see the bird.
Right.
Okay, pull. Good shot. Now that's the way it should be done, nice and early. Try and drop the pheasant so it falls in front of you. Onto safe. Right, now we'll try some from the side. Now this is the pheasant that's rising in front and going between you and your neighbouring gun, perhaps a little bit closer to you. Pheasants will be rising when you shoot them. They won't be flying down to have a look at you. Okay. So you've got to remember to use your left hand here and to keep the gun rising as you go through with the bird. It's a good idea to feel that the gun is actually running along the top of the bird's back. If you get your shot well up and in front, the pheasant will fly headfirst into it, and that's really what we're looking for. Try and get the barrels at right angles to the bird's line. Now if I take the gun, I'll demonstrate that you start off with the gun vertical. As you see the bird, push onto your front foot and lean a little bit to the right hand side. So in effect, the gun is canted, but it's not really the gun, it's the body. The gun always stays square to the cheek, but the body turns slightly. It's a technique that works like magic on pheasants. You push forward, there, and can you see the angle of the barrel?
Yeah.
It would be at right angles to the bird's line, and it's exactly the opposite on the other side. There. Okay, if you have a practice swing or two without a cartridge in the gun, just to make sure you get it right, okay. Now you'll probably be able to stand that way. I don't think you'll need to move your feet round too far. Try and take the shot about there, okay. Go through your safety drill, check your barrels. I know there's nothing in it. Close it up, into the air. So that's your ready position again. Now, if you start to mount it into your shoulder, as you bring it in and lean slightly, that's the angle. It feels a bit, probably feels a bit awkward because you wouldn't normally shoot clays that way. But it's going to take into account the fact that the bird is rising. So you want to feel that you're getting your shot roughly to there. Okay, so you're coming from behind, you're running slightly high on the bird, bang. Okay, right, let's give it a go.